All right. Hello, everyone. Welcome to Valheim again. So I've been playing and using the new the Wizardry mod instead, and a couple of other changes. And I just wanted to go over that with y'all. We're also during this week going to be fighting Motor again. I don't know when I'll be doing it. I knew it'll be sometime this week. It could be episode 4. It could be episode 5. I don't know. But I just wanted to, give y'all show y'all what I've been doing and everything like that, and talk about the mod and everything a little bit. So here we are. This is a brand new world. This isn't the world we were on with our last one. I found all the traders and everything like that. I got tin mines, flint mines, copper mines, all that stuff. So I still got the mining deal. I have changed the season mod from seasons to seasonality. Unfortunately, it broke for me. I don't know what's wrong with it, but I have it set up where seasonality is supposed to change every 10 days to a new season. Um, Let me see where it is here. Somewhere in here is the season change thing. How long a season is supposed to last. In-game duration. Here we go. Strength of fall days hours. Strength of fall days hours minutes. 30 minutes real time equal 1 day. Um, so I set it to 10 days. It's day 43. It hasn't changed yet. So I'm pretty sure I messed something up. Um, but 30 minutes is supposed to be one in-game day. I figured, set it to 10 days. It'll change every 10 in game days. I should be back. I should be like right now in winter, I think, right? Day 1 to day 10 is spring. Day 10 to day 20 is summer. Day 20 to 30 is fall. And 30 to 40 is um, 30 to 40 is winter. So I should be back in spring. It should be 1 year. It's not. It's been spring and it hasn't gone, as you can see over on the right underneath the map, it hasn't gone underneath 9 days since I started. It started on day 10 days, then it went to 9 days, and it hasn't changed since. I haven't seen any effect or anything of seasons or anything like that. So, yeah. It hasn't done anything whatsoever, unfortunately. Um, uh, so yeah, seasonalities is currently for me broken. I don't know why. Probably user error, but I don't know what I did wrong with it by changing it. It just didn't work for some reason. Um, I have uh, another mod. I go over Wizardry, I want to talk about these other mods, like seasonality. I have a Venture's backpack, but as you can see, I don't have one crafted right now because for some reason, like about day 32 or so, the mod broke. I don't know what happened, but I had backpacks on the whole time and had no issue, and then all of a sudden for some reason the mod just broke. I'm gonna try and make another one. So I was up to the rugged backpack and I had it fully upgraded, so I'm gonna do that. This is as far as I could get it now. I did have it at 4 before, but the problem was is I don't know if it's doing it now, but it I even like logged out and logged back in thinking it would fix it and it didn't. I would take an item and put it in a backpack and it would leave a bugged item in my inventory that said it was the same item. It would just say it was 0 out of however many, out of 50. Like if it was these mushrooms that say 0 out of 50, it wouldn't actually do it. It would, and when I went to take items out of my backpack and like throw them on the ground, it would just delete the item. No matter what it said on how many I had, or if it said 0, of course it should delete it. But if it said like 20 out of 30, it would just delete the item anyway. It would just disappear into the void. I don't know what happened. Before I deleted the backpack, I'm going to leave it on right now while it's working. But before I deleted the backpack, I had set the thing up where when I ran into the issue, I hunted trolls for their leather to get some things for the mods and stuff, and I came back and threw it out, and all of a sudden my stuff is just gone. I had like 20, 30 troll hides on me, and they just up and disappeared. So that wasn't fun. At one point, right before I deleted the backpack, all of a sudden I just had like things that started overlapping in the backpack. Like it said I had in each of these slots, it said I had like a butcher's knife. You know, you make it from tin, the butcher's knife. I got one right in here I could show you. And it was weird though, because it didn't look like this. It was labeled as a butcher knife, but the knife was just straight sideways, like this. It was just like the picture had turned like sideways where it would go straight across, and it would overlap everything that I had in the backpack. That's when I decided to just delete the backpack and not use it for a while. I'm happy it's working now, but I don't know what happened to have that, and I don't know why at that point logging out and logging back in didn't fix it at that point. It hasn't been updated. The mod hasn't been updated or anything like that, so I don't know. But yeah, that was a little weird. So I just wanted to say something about that. Let me close the seasonality here. Let me see if there's anything else I need to talk about real quick. Also, for some reason, automatic fuel is now honoring what I wanted. Before, in the last little deal, when I was trying out that other mod, it wouldn't respect the fuel limit of the kiln when it was at 450. But this time, before I even started making the map or anything, I turned it down to 200 and it started working. So maybe you either have to change it from 450 for it to register anything, or you have to make a brand new map. I don't know. That was a little weird to me, because you could change a lot of this stuff and it doesn't matter. Let's see. What else is also in here that I wanted to talk about? I'm loving the build camera. The build camera is like the bomb. I'm loving that. I'll probably never not play without that again. Affinity hammer is pretty cool with what it gives you. I haven't really gone into it much. My little UI, at the end of last series, I was talking about finding a mod that would allow me to know what I need to craft to unlock other things. My little UI automatically does that for you. When you're in like a crafting table, I don't know if I have one right now, but when you're in the crafting table, if any of these, the icons, it's not going to be over the name or anything, but the icons, if they have like a question mark on them, that means you can unlock something if you craft that item. So that was nice to find. Like I said, I don't know if I have any of that right now. I might in the magic table, which we'll go and take a look at in just a second. So there's that. Ore mines is working. I changed ore mines, but I didn't find what I was looking for. I made it where like the coal mine will show up in the swamp as in the Black Forest as well. I never found it one. I've changed the iron mine to show up in swamp as well as mountain or plains, and it never showed up either. I haven't found one of those either. So I don't know if they're just not working or if I just haven't found one. Probably just haven't found one. Um, Everything else is working okay that I've tried. I did have a bug with the target portal mod, and the Valheim raft, and I'll go over those in just a second. But everything else is done, and then I'll talk about the deal. So, one thing I've had the issue I had with the portal deal is all of a sudden it just didn't work. Um, if you remember last series, I said that I couldn't get the names after a certain number of them to show up. And then at one point, I was trying to transport some things, and I just crashed. So I came back, and then this wasn't working, but I picked this one up and put it back down, and then everything started working, and the names of everything that I had put up has shown up. So, yeah, I'm not really sure. There was some kind of bug, and it just crashed, and it fixed itself there. And then there's Valheim Raft. Valheim Raft was it bugged out in a couple of ways. The first time I messed with it, I didn't know what I was doing. You need to craft the vehicle hammer here to make it work. That's how you build your raft. I should have one somewhere. I don't know what I did with it though. I might have left it at my other place where I left the raft over here. It's the boat's not there. The boat is up here at the swamp home. I might have the vehicle hammer up there. Let me go see if I can find it real quick. Because I left the raft up here, and I'll show you the raft if it's still there. That's what I was gonna say. The raft has disappeared on me. And it looks like my hammer's disappeared as well, which is strange. Okay, well, the raft is still here. So this is a little raft I built. Isn't anything special. I'm going to go ahead and just make another hammer because I could do that real quick. Okay. So the deal is this is just the basics. This is all I know. I haven't watched any tutorials about it or anything. You go to vehicles, and this is what you want to put down. It takes 72 wood, and that gets you your base, this thing right here. It just gets you this thing, and this is what you build off of. And then you need a propulsion thing, so you need a some type of mast. These are pre-built masts. You can build your own if you wish to, but you need to have some type of mast put down. And then you also need the steering wheel, and then you need the some type of rudder. I used the ship rudder advanced 1x1 wood on mine, and it just worked. And it basically works just like a regular raft, and everything like that. So, yeah. I'm just going to delete that. I don't need that. Ah. So, yeah. It's okay. Like I said, the one issue I've had is like I built one, but I wanted to go back and get something from my place, and when I came back to where, because I had the whole thing built. I had a wheel on it. I had the base. I had the mast and all that stuff. I went through all that stuff, put a rudder on it and everything, and when I came back, it had just gone. And then about, I don't know, after I was building the other one, then I left that there and came back to get food and stuff for my journey, and came back. That was still there, so that was great. But the funny thing is the other one had its wheel just float up, just floating on the water. And I don't mean it was like floating sideways or anything, like the boat had like sunk or something. No, the other wheel was just floating on the water like it was attached to something. And there was nothing there. So, yeah, I don't understand that one. And that was the only thing I found on that one. And that's pretty much my experience with Valheim raft is that one raft. So, yeah. Let me give y'all a little tour of my base real quick before. Let me go ahead and go to bed, though. It's almost nighttime, so y'all can see. I have a nice bed. I just like I think it was like a couple of maybe a day or so ago I killed the bone mass. I'll give you a little base tour and then we'll get into the wizardry mod. And I do have some interesting things to say on it. I do like it. I will say that straight up. But there is some nuances to it you need to know. Oh, also these are my two mounts. I found this guy was just wandering like right over there, and my spawn is like right over there. So yeah, he was just hanging out. This is supposed to be like one of the rarest horses you can get. It's just a rainbow horse basically. And then I found this guy running around a spot over uh here somewhere. Where's that oh, this place up here. That's where no, not there. There was another spot I had. I done forgot where it was. Where I found him. Oh, it would be down here. I don't know why this is empty right here, but it is. But yeah, there was this is where I went and got some stuff. Also my home marker's gone as well cuz I have a home like right there. Let me do that. Um swamp home. Yeah, and see now the thing's hooked up. I don't know. But yeah. Um, and I found that guy just out there, so I just tamed him. Yes, I used the tame mechanic of the infinite deal, the tame deal, just so I could get him. But this is where I spawned right over here. This place was like right to the left of us. I started in this little house that I fixed up and put things in. And then when I had enough resources and stuff, I started building my own place. I was still living in there for a while, but then I started moving things over. So this is the little front room with the teleporter, a couple of chests. All this chest right here has my food stuff in it. There is a smelter here and another smelter a little bit past it that I built onto the ground and just surrounded it with buildings. There should be like about either they're like 5x5 or 6x6. I can't remember what I had them set to. Oh, they shouldn't be. Um, there. Nope. Where's my other chest at for those? There we go. Yeah, and this is just storage over here. That's all this is storage for tin, iron, wood, all that stuff. These are bulk storage for wood, fine wood, and stone. This is a barber station that I saw, and I decided to just take. Didn't really need to, but I found the part for it when I went and got the traders. I've been there's some plains area, like where is it? I think yeah, it's like right here and right here, and I was able to get some black metals for it by killing some of those goblin things. But I can't use it yet. Haven't beat Modor, so I haven't unlocked the blast furnace, so I can't use it yet. Um, and then this side over here, the right side, left side is storage. This side is where I have all of my like crafting things and my beds up there on the shelf. some chest underneath it, my food stuff. I brought a thing to make this fire thing from the trader. I got a mead kennel. I also was able to unlock the spice rack. I have the cauldron here. Makes me various things. I did find some turnips in the no, in the swamp. I found some turnips, so I was able to make some turnip soups this time, and things like that. Food preparation table, but I haven't been fishing. I do have a fishing rod. I just never went fishing. Potions for things, fermenters to make potions. And then back here is something I recently added because this is where I started setting up my magic shop. I actually had it over there, but then it got to be too big and I had to move it over here. So this is the Wizardry mod. And it's very nice. You have your own tab of Warfare is what you're looking for, because they are the maker of the Warfare mod, and Wizardry is kind of a subsidiary of the Warfare mod, but you don't actually have to have Warfare to use the Wizardry mods. But they do complement each other if you want to use them together. The Wizard tables. This took me a little bit to unlock. You have to kill a troll. You have to get core wood, bronze, circling cores, and bone fragments. The big thing here for me was getting the troll hide, really. Once you get bronze, you can get core wood by just chopping down a pine tree in the Black Forest. But the thing is I didn't know this unlocked until I had killed the elder. I was checking on it every now and then to see if I could use it or anything to make it, but I kept on seeing that I didn't, so I just said maybe I just have to kill the elder or something, not knowing that I hadn't killed a troll yet to unlock the ability to make the thing. So yes, make sure you have killed a troll to be able to make the wizardry table. Also, if you need to know, go to your F1 screen. Now, this is going to lag really, really badly because there's so many options in it. But if you find it's down here at the bottom because it's going to be under wizardry. Let me scroll down. This is going to lag really, really hard because there's so many options in it. But you can look in here and you can find out what takes what to craft so you know what to get if you wish to. Let me go ahead and do that. Scroll back up. Close this so it quit lagging. And there we go. I'm pretty sure it lags so much is because there's so many options, and the game just can't process it. Changing those settings, I would recommend you do it in the R2 what is it called, the R2 Modman? Yeah, R2 Modman. There's a if you go into, let me make sure I tell you how to get to it. So if when you go to your config editor in R2 Modman to do it, let me see if I can bring this up real quick for y'all to see. Change this to, nope. R2 Modman mod testing. There you go. So if you if you go to the config editor over here on the left, after where you have all your mods installed and stuff like that, and I would recommend changing it off in there because, like I said, it just lags the system crazy when you open it up in the config editor in game. But yes, so when you unlock that, you also have these other stations that improve it, but are also crafting stations as well. They improve your wizardry table, but they also are crafting deals themselves. So the arcane anvil, you need settling cords, elder shards, stone. There are some mobs added to this to, without monstrum. There's another mod called Mustrum that the maker of this mod made that adds a lot of monsters and and animals out into the world. You don't need it. It all comes with this mod. To get Elder Shards, there will be a new enemy in the Black Forest called the uh, Elder Mage, I think is what they're called. And they are a fire mage, and they will set you on fire, and you kill them, and they will get Elder Shards from them. And that'll allow you to make the Arcane Anvil. And then you unlock the cloth weaving with hard antlers, so you need to kill Ekthir multiple times, most likely. I have it on 3 times drops, so I was able to have one for my pickaxe and then 2 more for the hard antler. You also need to get core wood, so you do have to have access to bronze to make a bronze pickaxe, bronze axe at least, so you can cut down the pine trees. And then thistle bone fragments. And then you unlock the pulsing cauldron in the swamp. You need iron, bronze, guck, and bone mass shards. You do not need to kill bone mass for the bone mass shards. There will be another new enemy in the swamp that is a mage as well. It's a skeletal dude that glows green. You will see him pretty easily, and you kill him, and he will give you bone mass shards. Guck, in case you just can't find it, you get that from killing oozes, if I'm not mistaken, and also you can get them off of the trees that have the big green sacks on them. If you go up and axe the big green sacks, they will give you guck as well on those trees. And then we have the ancient spell book, which needs wither bones, ancient barks, ooze, and the bone mass shards as well. The ancient spell book actually is just a upgrade deal. It doesn't actually allow you to craft anything. You can't interact with it like you can with all the others. So you start with the wizarding table. This is where all your stuff happens. What you need to do to start with is you need to get magic. You need to start with a gnarly staff base. To get the gnarly staff base, you have to have this magical infused pine wood. To get magical infused pine wood, you have to have the arcane anvil. That allows you to make this, which is what you need. You need core wood, great dwarf eyes, and those elder shards. And then that allows you to make the gnarly staff base. But that's just a base. It doesn't actually do anything except for you can whack people with it as a stick. What you do is you go over here, and what you're looking for is the ability to make cores. Evergrowth cores is what you want. The Evergrowth core requires ancient seeds and those elder shards. You make one of those. You take it over here to the deal. There will be a thing popped up saying it will make a Evergrowth staff. You need the Evergrowth core plus the gnarly staff base, and that is your first staff, which is what I have right here. It's pretty nice. It basically hurls a boulder, kind of, at enemies, if you wish. Need to get some ether. You're also going to need to get ether food, and there is stuff added to the game to give you ether. Right-clicking does this. It summons a tentacle for you. Now, these tentacles are a little strange in that they're not always the same. There's various levels that you can get. I've only ever seen a no star and a 1-star tentacle come out. I have not seen a 2-star tentacle come out, and they are ranged attackers as well. They can hurl boulders at enemies, and that's your main attack right there, is throwing that boulder out that is kind of surrounded by vines. It doesn't do poison damage or anything like that. I think it's just pure physical. So there is that. The next staff you unlock is the Underworld Staff, which I have right here. I don't really use it that much because it is basically a debuff onto enemies. You throw this out, it hits an enemy, it debuffs them. Basically, their movement speed is like knocked down a lot. But you can also, I'm going to get away from my animals to make sure I don't hurt them. You can also right-click, do this, and this will spread poison around. So you do have a damaging wave. You just got to use your right click, and the right click does use more mana than others. Now, everything uses Iter to cast, but also it uses durability. You don't have no spells like the other mod. You are just using durability and your Iter to kill things, to cast spells. And then this is something I just unlocked. This is just a flame buddy you can summon. You just left click it. It does hurt you when you use it. And you summon a healing as a little friend who will kill things for you. And I don't have a strong enough fire starter to control more summons, is why that is saying that. And you just have a little dude right here. And you can make them stay if you wish to. They're basically a pet. Now, I don't know if that's a mod interaction here or not. Just to let you know, I don't know if it's a mod interaction. I have a mod that allows me to pet any animal that is tamed and make it follow me like wolves would. So I'm not sure if that is something you can do normally with those guys or not. Maybe you can. Maybe they're supposed to be like that. But that is that right there. But unfortunately, I do have to say this. Right now, this is my limit. I'm still using the basic staff to do my main damage. I don't have anything else. And that is really kind of disappointing. I haven't gotten a new upgrade yet. I have the guy summoning, but he's not me doing fire damage. He's a little summon I have that does fire damage. I don't actually, I can't actually use this to do damage. I don't think I tried using it as a right click and it doesn't do anything. So I don't think it has a right click on it. And while this is nice to debuff the enemies, sure, that as you can see, it gives them sticky, makes them movement speed 35% less, jump length minus 25%, but it only lasts 4 seconds. The poison is nice, but it was completely useless, of course, against bone mass. And you unlock this right before you get to bone mass. If we go in here and look, you need the underworld core, which is in here. Which is the withered bones, bone mass shards, and a darkhorn sheep trophy. That's another thing I haven't introduced you to yet. There are, like I said, new things, new animals, not just new mobs to fight and kill. There are new animals, and one of those is the darkhorn sheeps. They're over here with my dudes. So this is Gilbert. That's a darkhorn. That's a baby, darkhorn baby, and then Nikki here. And these are the darkhorn sheeps. They are aggressive. They're not as aggressive as the pigs, because the pigs, as soon as they see you, will attack you. The darkhorns, while they will attack you, they will only attack you if you get close to them, really. Yeah, they have to see you, and then they will attack you once you're close to them. That's usually what happens with those guys, I've noticed. So yes. It's just, I'm like really disappointed there's like really nothing else. The armor, on the other hand, is excellent. I'm still rocking the no voice set right now. The armor, unlike the other mod, only gives you the regen. It doesn't give you Iter straight up. But you do get a set effect by having all the pieces on, as you can see. It gives you 3 elemental magic and 3 blood magic. Also, there is a cape, but it's not counted into the set piece. It's just the legs, chest, and head that's counted as a set piece and not the cape. The cape will give you extra. Let me see if I can find it in here. No voice cape. It will give you extra Iter regen, but it doesn't count as part of the set if you like have like a backpack mod like I do. But the armor is an excellent thing, and that leads into how do you get iter, because you can't use magic with the iter. They added things early on to the game for you to get it, starting in the Black Forest. You start with, let me see if I can find them off the top of my head. Oh, there they are. So in the Black Forest, you will run across these, which are called witch's eyes. They're just like a mushroom on the ground. There's a single one of them, but there are mushrooms on the ground, and eating this will just straight up give you iter, and you can cook it and get better iter food. Then eventually you will unlock Devil's Tongue, and then you will also unlock Death Cap. Death Caps come from the swamp. Devil's Tongue, I think, also comes from the Black Forest. I'm not sure about that. I can't remember off the top of my head. I think that's everything I have right now. There is more, though. There is more food. But basically, you start off with the Witch's Cap, and you go over here and you go into your cauldron. You do need to have a cauldron to cook these things. And you have this stuff here. Start with the iter stuff. So a honey glazed iter berry is a witch's eyes, blueberries, and honey, which you get all of that. Honey you can get from the beehives, and blueberries you get from the Black Forest as well. It only gives you 19 iter though. 17 health, 19 stamina, and 19 iter. There is another one, the witch's eye soup. This gets you witch's eye, mushrooms, and boar meat. Will give you 25 health, 21 stamina, and 10 iter. And then there's the Black Forest buffet, which is witch's eye, deer meat, blueberries, and thistle. Will give you 45 iter instead, which is gives you the more. And it also gives you a 4% iter regeneration. These others don't, as far as I know. Yeah. So, and it lasts like 25 minutes. And then we have various things as well. I think the next thing you do is you get the swamp stuff. So that's like Death Cap soup. That gives you 14. And then we have the Jelly Mass dessert, which gives you 26. And then we have the swamp buffet, which gives you 55. And things like that. They are not plates. They do not give you. They're not plate things. They don't give you. They're not platters. I'm trying to say they don't give you multiple servings of one thing. They're stuff that goes into your deal like this. It's not a platter you serve or anything like that, like you do some other foods. Let's see what else. I guess let's go back to the armor. Like I said, it's really nice. It's a crafting process. You do need to get you that loom to make it, because you need the wool from the new guide to make the cloth that you need, the yarn. So the cloth weaving loom. You start out with being able to make the no voice fabric bundles, the brown yarn and the yellow yarn, if I'm not mistaken, and then you unlock the scholar, the green yarn, the red yarn, as you go along in the swamp. And then you take that stuff over here and you make it into here. You need the no voice fabric bundles, feathers, and some elder shards, and you can make the no voice set. If you don't want to use the no voice hood, you do have these iron circlets or the bronze circlets, but they don't carry the buff. So I don't know why you wouldn't. They're not part of the set. I don't know why you would use these at all. But you can use them to enchant things to get some extra stuff here. Like the these are the circlets here. So there's a stamina usage thing for all that stuff. There's a sneak thing. There's bows and crossbows. And then there is +6 like elemental magic and stuff like that. And then there's the bronze stuff that's a little bit less powerful than the iron stuff, of course. And then you have the iron. You have some rings you can use to make things. This one gives you 3 elemental magic, and then the bronze one gives you plus sneak and muffled footsteps. So, and then I just unlocked this. I haven't really done anything with it, but you have a potion cauldron that you can make lumberjack potions, which gives you resources when you're chopping wood. A minor one for pickaxes and picks. And then the oxen potions to give you a bunch of carry weight for 1800. I think that's like 6 minutes or something like that. Sneak potion, and then the speed potion, which only lasts 60 seconds. The only reason I have this is because I have the Devil's Tongue and the Vilgalus shards from going over those plains and stuff like that. And that's pretty much all I've unlocked. It's, like I said, it's really nice, but I am desperate for a new weapon, something different. And the game is just not giving it to me. I'd probably kill Modor and get a new one, but yeah. The thing of it is I was hoping for fire damage besides like the summoning guy, personally, because that's what the denizens of the forest are weak to. The elder and stuff like that, they're all weak to fire. But no, you start out with, I get it because you're going into a big giant forest, so you're going to start with something that's foresty, grass, things like that. But I was hoping for, fire, things like that. But yeah, something like that. But yeah, it's nice though. It's a really nice mod. I like it. I don't know if I like it more than the other one though, but I do like it. My problem is I know if I had this mod and then like the other mods that go with this, like Monstrum, uh, the Warfare, the Armory mod that gives you a lot more sets of armor and stuff like that. I would actually concentrate on the melee and stuff more than I would concentrate here on the wizardry. It just feels like that would offer me a lot more in terms of damage wise than the magic does. From what I've seen so far, I don't feel underpowered. I just feel like meh. It just feels meh, really. The damage wise, it took me like about, I don't know, 5 to 10 minutes to kill bone mass, which is average for me. So yeah, I didn't feel like I was overpowered or anything, which cool. But I kind of would have liked to have been a little bit overpowered, but yeah, no. Let me show you a little bit more of my world and everything. I'm just going to use this video as a show-off thing to show you various things about my world. So I have the tin mine, I have the copper mine. The elder fight is down here. That's where I also have the setup to go over to the swamp boss. It's where I cross the ocean. I live in a cave here. Oh, hey, how you doing? Have fun with that. Nope. Okay. I was wondering. But yeah, the fight is like right up here. Right over there. The elder fight area. As you can see, he's a 1-star. So sometimes they're 1-stars, but usually I get like partials. Oh, hey man. I didn't know they could do that. And like I said, I got Haldor down here if I want to go do that. Hilder's place is actually pretty interesting because it's where I go when I want to go to the swamp and just farm materials. Well, it was when it was early on. I've kind of got all the swamps and stuff there. But there's Hilda right there. And also, say hello to my friends, the Locks. I do have some Locks tamed. I do have cloudberries to feed them with. How are they doing anyway? Oh, they're fine. Okay. Yeah. So like I said, there's a plains area right there. There's a plains area right there. So I just kind of just tamed them up because I've never had locks before, so I wanted to see what they're about. They're pretty nice as the little combatants and everything. They did take care of some things that were trying to kill me there. But this is the swamp right here. I started out with getting things. Let me see if we can find that guy, the skeleton, so I can show you what I was talking about. Do need some blood stuff for things. Yep, there he is. He's right over here. See the flaming skeleton thing over here? This is what you're looking for the bone mass shards. Yep. He has a meteor attack. He did. But yeah. He drops the bone shards, bone fragments, stuff like that. Also, one thing I have to give to the other mod though is they added wands, so you're a lot more. You can be a lot more defensive in the other mod. This one you're stuck with staffs. You can't. You don't have a shield or anything. Unfortunately, would be a whole lot better if you did though. I feel. But yeah, see, that's where you get the bone mash shard is that guy right there, and they spawn all over the swamp. So that's if you want those guys, there you go there. Um, but yeah, look for like one of those gray dwarfs to be on fire in the Black Forest. That's how you get your elder shards. Things like that. What are you doing in my house, man? Yeah. Go ahead in here, and then we have this is set up for the bog witch here, so I can go to the bog witch. I don't think I've marked it really. I wonder if I've marked. I don't think I marked it. Did I? No. But let's go ahead and go. I'll do this. So I got a little bit of a different of a deer this time when I killed the boss. Yeah, I haven't really marked any deals. I went around looking for. See, there's the death cap right there. That green thing. I went around looking for, like I said, the coal mines and stuff, the iron mines, but I've not found them at all. I found this the normal stuff here in the swamp. Oh, hi. Not really looking to fight one of you right now. You're kind of annoying, especially without a shield. There those guys are there. Here's the bog witch over here. You know, I haven't checked her. I wonder if she's got anything different since I killed Bone Mass. Let's check and see. Candle wicks, love potions, fresh seaweed, cured something. Powdered dragon eggshells. Okay. Nugget petals, ivy seeds, serving trays, woodland herb blend, and corked vial. Yeah, nothing really. But yeah, I've looked around a little bit, not really hunting for them, but like I said, I haven't seen any iron mines, like I was like those other mines are. I've just got the crypts really, which is still just enough. I was just hoping I could put them off in here so they would kind of go together, you know. Oh, there's another one of those guys. Hi. I don't know, one of those skeleton guys over there. Also, I've tried, you can't, what do you call it? Dude, what was I going to say? I done forgot now. I tried something and you can't do it. Now I done forgot what it was supposed to be off the top of my head. I think they're still coming. Yeah, I was going to say something and then I just completely lost my train of thought. Oh, I guess I should say over here I did do a little something. I made a trail kind of to the boss. I lose track though every now and then of where I've been and where I haven't. But I did get this over here. First one of these I've seen in both of these playthroughs is this right here. I did adjust it to where these guys just die. And I don't know how long this will last, but I have this over here to pick up their drops. But they don't really work unless I'm over here with the auto drop mod. Also, there's some turnips right there, so they do exist. Things like that. And I've modified the boss area so it's not in water and stuff like that. Over here. Like I said, I just recently killed Bone Mass, so I don't have much much past that, so we actually just need to go to the frost area, the mountain somewhere, which we'll do next episode. I just wanted to get this video out and give y'all a little preview of what's coming up for us here. I do like the mod. I just think I want the other one more. But we're still going to go and kill Motor with this mod to see what we can do. I think it's going to be a struggle with this mod because we don't have as much, you know. We don't have as much. Also, I'm not as defensive as I was because I don't have the ability to use a shield. While I can block with my staff, it's not perfect. It's nowhere near as good as a shield, of course. It is pretty okay. They did account for you using it as a block, though, because it does do decently, but it's not that great. Let me take a look here so you can see. So it does do something, but it doesn't do much. It gives you a block armor of 2 and a block force of 30, so not the greatest. We take a look at haven't really compared yet. So the block armor is a lot worse than this, but it does give you a block more block force than the wooden shield, at least. What do you have wise for the bronze shield? The bronze buckler. Okay, so the block force is comparable, but the block armor is way, way less. Yeah. Kind of like I thought. And then the bended shield gets to 40 and 42, and that's where it starts falling off hard. So I don't know how this is going to go with Mortar at all. Unless I get something for killing the wolves or anything like that that will allow me to make something that does fire damage or more direct poison damage than the right click of my staff, and more fire damage than this fire starter, we're kind of gonna be SOL on things, because this just does physical damage. It doesn't do poison or anything. It's just basic physical damage, and not that much. It's starting to fall off very hard. Like you saw those when I was trying to kill those leeches, right? It took 2 hits to kill a leech, and leeches are actually not that strong. So, yeah, I'm a little bit worried about what's going to happen when we go to face Mordor. It's going to be a whole thing here. I'm definitely going to have to upgrade my robes to the next set for things. I'm definitely going to have to get the scholar if I don't find something even more when we go and get like the wolf pelts and fur and all that stuff like that. So, yeah. So I'm going to go ahead and call it here. It has been almost an hour. Wow, I've been rambling for an hour. But it's fun. I don't think we're going to have a good time with Mordor unless we like unlock something really heavy before we fight him. So we'll have to see. So thank you for watching. I'll see y'all later. Y'all have a nice time, whatever time it is in y'all's part of the world. Bye.